What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the NVM channel. In this video, we're doing our first modifications to our E46 touring project. What? It's taken us 4 hours. Sounds mad, it sounds like a Honda. Oh, mate. What the So the E46 Touring is our budget project. So today we're going to do a few budget modifications and see what power we can get from it. I've got to say a linguist because I say ain't instead of haven't. So if you guys haven't seen the previous video we did on this car, we've stuck this bad boy, which we codenamed the Silver Surfer, on the dyno, and it made 140 brake horsepower, and Times Media still hasn't bought me that bag of chips he owes me. So, collections today. So first off, we've got an upgraded panel filter. I say panel filter, but these come from factory with a cone pleated filter, and we're upgrading it with a foam filter. Now, I don't know how much power that's gonna add, but we'll see when we get it on the dyno, and see what it sounds like as well, because we did a little airbox modification on the last video. Throw in a clip here, please, mate. I'll just take these two plastic parts off. Listen to that brop. So with the old air filter out, you can see it's absolutely knackered. It's covered in soot. But, I mean, it's a decent size for a cone air filter for the size of the car. And you can see there, the conical shape of the new foam filter is what's going to increase the amount of airflow to the MAF. So that's a straight bolt on. Don't know if it's going to add power, but we'll see. So in the last video, we did kind of talk about the potential of this engine. Nobody really knows, no one's really documented it, so I'm gonna bash that out, stick it on the dyno, do some tweaking, and hopefully it gains some power. So great news for you guys at home, the OBDeleven app is now compatible with BMW and authorized too. It's a quite simple process. You plug in this OBD adapter and connect the car to your phone. So with the OBD now connected, we turn the ignition on this BMW M140i and press the connect button. It will search for the adapter, connects on the adapter, you enter your pin, so you can set the pin to whatever you like. On this OBDeleven, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press enter, and now it will detect what vehicle it is and then run through all the control modules, scanning it for fault codes. So now the full 20 modules are being scanned. It's told me there's 9 problems. If you click on the problems, it will say exactly where they are. So under engine, there's a charge air cooler system fault, exhaust flap actuator. Under transmission, there's a message error for FA CAN, power steering, there's a control unit not coded, etc. So we know the faults on this car and we know how to address them. We are going to do a full dealer update on this, but for now we're going to go into the apps and we are going to make some adjustments. So the first thing I'm going to adjust on this is the iDrive startup animation. So every time you start up your car, it comes now with the M Performance logo. So it's activating, it's going to reset the head unit. Now, as you can see from the screen, as soon as the ignition turns on, it now comes up with the M logo as per the F80, etc. So there's loads of options for this 1 Series that you can activate. I think the one that we need to activate on this car, which the customer has also requested, is the sound fork locking and unlocking confirmation. If I select the options, go to active, and activate the acoustic lock confirmation. So the OBDeleven app is a great app for fault scanning, fault deleting. You can also data log with this app. Again, it's compatible with iOS and Android, as we have covered it before. On a Mark 8 GTI, they do support VAG cars too. And another great option on the F series is the start stop by default. So at the moment it says it's not active, so we can now activate that. So from default, the actual start stop will be deactivated, so you don't have to manually turn it off before driving. Now, as you can see, as soon as you start the car, the start stop is deactivated and you can easily turn it back on if necessary. So yeah, OBDeleven is a great app for both your BMW and VAG vehicles. It gives you all the coding options available and it's a very easy to use system. The team are very helpful, professional, and can guide you through it if you have any queries. So yeah, let's get back to that E46. So I don't know if you guys have seen on our channel, we did announce it on social media, brand new products, NVM F Series B58 inlet pipe. This is ideal for stock turbo and aftermarket turbo, especially our NVM 520R. Also, we've got a brand new F Series charge cooler rad. This is 70mm thick, 120% larger volume and reduces intake temperatures, and back-to-back runs about 20 degrees. These are now live on the online shop, so make sure you guys hit the link below for you to get your B58 goodness. Cue that SpongeBob meme a few moments later. Very much later. We're still doing some top secret modifications. For you guys at home who want to do the same modifications and call us in for these mods, we're not going to do it, and I'll tell you why. It's taken us 4 hours. Aston Martin, if you're watching, I can panel beat. So that's our budget modifications now complete. The filter is on and the modifications to the exhaust are done. We'll start it up, see what it sounds like, if any different. Not quite B58 startup, but it's definitely louder. We'll let it warm up and give it a few. That sounds pretty good. Obviously the exhaust is going to be a bit muffled because it's got the stop box on. So Scorpion, if you're watching. But that intake sounds mad. It sounds like a Honda, like a K-series Honda. So let's get it strapped down, see what sort of power it's increased by these modifications, and see if we can actually add more power with a bit of tuning. Well, that surprised me, look at that. 142.5 brake horsepower and 204 newton meters of torque. That's 2.5 brake horsepower gain and 9 newton meters of torque. You surprised? Very surprised, very surprised. Again, this is a naturally aspirated 2-litre engine, so we're not looking for huge gains. We just want to see what it will make. So time to get mapping. So first revision in, and we gained 2 horsepower, just with a bit more timing and about 3 newton meters of torque. But There's a 6.5 or 6,480 RPM rev limit on this, which we need to increase so that we can increase the ignition timing at the peak cylinder pressures. So you heard that there, it sounded like a Honda. 7,000 RPM red line now, and it's gained 4 horsepower and 10 Newton meters of torque. So we're in the right direction, although you guys are spoiled out there with big turbocharged engines. So I think final results, I'm actually not going to tell you what the final results are. We're going to take times for a drive, see if we can notice a difference, and then come back and show you guys the results. But I think it needs some overrun. I'm going to try and activate overrun on this. I know we've tried it before on an ME9 and it's very difficult to do without finding the switch, so let's see if we can find it. So yeah, we couldn't activate the overrun, we couldn't get flames, but if you want pops and bangs on your 318i, we'll send you a mechanic to clap. Tunnel! Should we case swap this car? This revs to 7,000 now, it almost feels like a case swap. VTEC! Kicking in. Oh yeah!
No way.
7,000 RPM.
Calvin didn't know what he gave us.
I know. Calvin, if you're watching, you sold us a beast. You know what it is? You know, these days everyone claims the fastest anything in the world. This has to be the fastest 318i. Definitely, hands down. If you want to challenge me, bring your 318i, turn to NVM, and we'll go. I mean, I didn't have much time today, but I'm sure I can activate pops and bangs.
Let's hope so.
It's just finding the right tables, that's all it is. I've never actually tuned one of these before. Although the Bosch ME9 ECU is very familiar from like my early days. 20 years ago I used the Bosch ME9. So
I wasn't even born, guys.
I wasn't even born, yeah. Look at this one. I mean, it handles. This is like a boat with all this extra power. Extra power. It's like mate, it needs two things. It needs suspension. Look at that. Every time you change gear, it's moving. Yeah. And it needs brakes. The brakes are sharp.
Brakes are sharp, yeah,
but it fades like 2 pulls.
It's gone.
It's gone. Love that intake, man.
So what you do next?
Don't know, man. Don't know. I want the guys at home to leave a comment as to what you want to see next. Obviously, suspension and brakes may be necessary now, like especially like you, if you're sitting at 7,000 RPM, you're doing a lot of speed in this. But yeah, I don't know. Shall we turbo it?
Let us know.
eBay turbocharger, 7 PSI, send it to the moon. I just want that. What? Or shall we do an engine swap? I mean, there's loads of engines. People have already commented on our first video. They said, what did they say? Honda K20, K24, F22, S2000, SR20, B58. Or shall we put S58 in there? Do you know anyone with an S58 spare? But if you want to see us send this E46 Touring to the moon with a turbo swap or an engine swap, we need to hit 50,000 subscribers. So all you watching this who aren't subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button and click on the little ding-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling-ling.
And then, yeah, we'll send it to the moon. Traction's off, mate. Breathe the shift. Might as well flat foot it.
Oh,
mate.
mad.
So you guys have been waiting for the results. Here it is, 154 brake horsepower, 218 Newton meters of torque. Now it might not seem like much compared to what you're used to seeing on our channel, but that's a gain of 23 Newton meters and 14 brake horsepower throughout the rev range. Just look at the delta gain. This has actually surprised me. So I hope everyone enjoyed that episode on our budget modifications for our budget touring build. But stay tuned for more, because we're sending this E46 touring to the moon.